Hi, I'm Yana, your English coach and the founder of Yana's English Academy. Here, we keep English fun, easy, and clear. No complicated textbook jargon. English adjectives can feel like those evil twins from a soap opera. They look similar, sound almost identical, but mean completely different things. Today, I'm your detective, and we're solving the mystery of 12 confusing adjective pairs. By the end of this video, you'll never call a historic pizza historical again. Let's jump in. In this video, I'm not just giving you definitions. I'll provide you with the real-life examples and a quick test to log these words in your brain. Let's start with one of the most common traps: sensible versus sensitive. So, the adjective sensible refers to someone who's practical, reasonable, and able to make good decisions based on logic or common sense. For example, if someone says it's sensible to bring an umbrella when it looks like rain, it means that carrying an umbrella is a practical decision. Similarly, when someone is described as a sensible person, it means they are level-headed and make rational choices. On the other hand, sensitive describes a person who is easily affected by external factors, especially emotionally. For example, she's very sensitive about her appearance. This means that she may feel upset or hurt by comments about her looks. Sensitive can also describe a person who reacts strongly to physical sensations like temperature or touch, such as in, I am sensitive to sunlight, so I always wear sunscreen. In summary, sensible refers to being reasonable and practical, while sensitive refers to being easily affected, either emotionally or physically. Pair number 2, historic versus historical. Historic refers to something that is important in history or has had a significant impact on the world. For example, the signing of the Declaration of Independence was a historic event, meaning that it was a momentous event with lasting effects on history. Similarly, you might say the Battle of Waterloo was a historic moment, indicating its importance in shaping the future of Europe. Historical, however, simply refers to anything related to history or the past. For example, I'm reading a historical novel about ancient Rome. This means the novel is set in the past, but does not necessarily describe a specific event that had a major historical impact. Another example is, the museum has a large collection of historical artifacts, which refers to items from the past without implying they were of great historical importance. In short, historic refers to something that's historically important, while historical refers to anything connected to history. Adjective pair 3, classic versus classical. The word classic refers to something that's timeless, iconic, and of high quality. For instance, that movie is a classic. Everyone should see it at least once. Means the movie is considered one of the best of its genre and has stood the test of time. Similarly, you might say, that little black dress is a classic fashion piece, meaning it's a universally recognized item that never goes out of style. Classical, on the other hand, specifically refers to things related to ancient Greece and Rome or to classical music, which refers to compositions from this period. For example, I enjoy listening to classical music, like Beethoven, refers to the specific genre of music that has its roots in the classical era. Similarly, we're studying classical architecture in my history class refers to architectural styles from ancient times. To summarize, classic refers to something universally admired and enduring, while classical relates to the ancient past, particularly in terms of culture, music, and art. Number 4. Economic versus economical. Economic relates to the economy or the system that deals with the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. For example, a country is facing serious economic challenges. This means that the country is dealing with financial issues like inflation, unemployment, or slow growth. Another example is, we need to consider the economic impact of the new policy. This refers to how the policy will affect the country's financial system. Economical, however, refers to something that's cost-effective or efficient in terms of money, often implying that it saves resources and is not wasteful. For instance, this car is very economical in fuel. This means that the car uses less fuel compared to others, saving money. The hotel offers an economical package for budget travelers. This suggests that the hotel is affordable without sacrificing essential services. So in short, economic refers to matters of the economy, while economical refers to things that save money or resources. Number 5. Efficient versus effective. Efficient means doing something with the least amount of waste, effort, or time. She's an efficient worker, finishing all tasks ahead of schedule. This means she accomplishes her work quickly and with minimal effort. This new app makes scheduling meetings much more efficient. This means it saves time and energy. Effective, on the other hand, means achieving the desired result, even if it requires more time or resources. For example, the new marketing strategy was effective in increasing sales. This means that the strategy worked well and brought about the desired outcome, even if it was a bit more time-consuming. Another example is, his approach is effective because it focuses on long-term results. This shows that it achieves success even if it takes more effort. So to summarize, efficient focuses on minimizing waste and time, while effective focuses on achieving success regardless of how much effort it takes. Number 6. Alone versus lonely. Alone simply means being by yourself without anyone else present. It doesn't necessarily carry an emotional implication. I like to be alone when I read. It means that you enjoy your own company while engaging in an activity. Or, she lives alone in a small apartment. This refers to the fact that she doesn't have any roommates or family members living with her. Lonely, however, is an emotional state referring to the feeling of sadness or isolation caused by being alone. For instance, after moving to a new city, I felt lonely because I didn't know anyone. This indicates a sense of emotional emptiness. He felt lonely even though he was surrounded by people. It means that despite being with others, he still experienced feelings of isolation. In short, alone describes the physical state of being by yourself, while lonely describes an emotional feeling of isolation. Number 7. Interested versus interesting. Interested is used to describe how someone feels about something. For example, I'm interested in learning more about history. You want to explore the topic of history further. Let's take a look at another example. He is interested in playing the guitar. Playing the guitar is something he enjoys or wants to learn more about. Interesting, on the other hand, is used to describe something that attracts attention or stimulates curiosity. For example, the documentary was interesting. The documentary was engaging and kept the viewer's attention. Another example is, the book is interesting because of its unique storyline. The book has the qualities that make it fascinating. So, to sum up, interested describes how a person feels about something, while interesting describes the qualities of the thing that cause that feeling. Next up, we have comfortable versus comforting. Comfortable refers to something that provides physical or emotional ease, making you feel relaxed and at ease. The sofa is very comfortable. The sofa is soft and pleasant to sit on. Or, she wears comfortable shoes for yoga. This suggests that her clothes allow her to move freely and feel at ease during physical activity. Comforting describes something that provides emotional relief, especially in times of distress. This warm tea was comforting after a long, stressful day. This means that the tea helped soothe feelings of stress. Her kind words were comforting when I was feeling sad. Her words made you feel better emotionally. So, comfortable is about physical ease, while comforting is about emotional support. Moving on to number 9, imaginative versus imaginary. Imaginative refers to a person or thing that's creative, inventive, and able to think outside the box. She has an imaginative way of solving problems, which means that she finds new and original solutions. Similarly, he's an imaginative storyteller, means that he tells creative and unique stories. Imaginary, on the other hand, refers to something that exists only in the mind or in fantasy, not in reality. For example, the child has an imaginary friend means that the friend is not real, but something the child created in their imagination. Unicorns are imaginary creatures. Unicorns don't exist in the real world. So, imaginative refers to creativity and originality, while imaginary refers to something that exists only in thought or fantasy. Adjective pair 10. Industrial versus industrious. Industrial relates to anything connected to industries, factories, or large-scale production. The Industrial Revolution changed the way products were made. Refers to the historical period when machinery and factories became essential to production. Let's take a look at another example. The city's industrial area is full of warehouses. This means that that part of the city is dedicated to factories or industrial businesses. Industrious, on the other hand, describes someone who is hardworking and diligent. He is an industrious worker who always stays late to finish projects. He is committed and works hard. Another example, she is an industrious student, always studying and working on assignments. This indicates that she is dedicated and hardworking. So to summarize, industrial relates to factories or large-scale production, while industrious describes someone who works hard. 11. Successful versus successive. Successful refers to something that has achieved its intended goal or result. For example, the project was successful because we finished on time and within budget. So this means that the project achieved what it set out to do. In the same way, if you say he is a successful entrepreneur, this would mean that he has achieved success in his business ventures. Now, successive, on the other hand, refers to something that happens one after another in a sequence. For example, the team won 3 successive games means that the team won 3 games consecutively, one after the other. Or he worked for 4 successive hours means that he worked continuously for 4 hours. So in brief, successful refers to achieving a goal, while successive refers to things that happen in order, one after another. And the final adjective pair is respectful versus respected. Respectful is used to describe someone who shows respect or consideration for others. For example, he is always respectful to his colleagues. This means that he behaves politely and with regard for others. She is respectful of other people's opinions. This means that she listens to and considers what others think. Respected, however, describes someone who is admired, honored, or held in high regard by others. For example, he is a respected leader in his field, means that people admire and value his work. Or she is a respected scientist known for her groundbreaking research, indicates that she is highly regarded in the scientific community. So in short, respectful refers to how you treat others, while respected refers to how others view you. All right, it's time to put your knowledge to the test. I'm going to give you 5 sentences and I want you to pick the correct adjective. Ready? Let's do it. This new phone is incredibly blank and it can last for 4 hours without charging. So, which one's correct? Think about whether it's talking about money or efficiency. Got it? The answer is B, economical. Why? Because we're talking about something that saves money. In this case, it's a phone that doesn't drain your battery or energy quickly. So it's economical to use. Question 2. There was such a decision to invest in the stock market right now. This one is challenging. Are we talking about something smart or practical or something emotional? If you chose sensible, you're correct. The decision was practical and based on logic. Sensitive would describe someone who gets emotionally affected by things, but here we're talking about making a smart decision. Question 3. She was deeply blank after hearing the sad news about her friend. Feeling isolated or just by yourself? If you went with B, lonely, great job. You chose the right word because she's feeling sad and isolated emotionally, not just physically by herself. If she was just by herself, she would be alone. Question 4. His efforts were so blank, he finished all the tasks in half the time. Now we're getting into work territory. Which one means using less time and resources? It's A, efficient. If you finish tasks in half the time, that's efficiency at work. Effective will be about achieving the result, even if it took longer. But here, we're focused on the speed and minimal effort. Question 5. The movie was so gap, I couldn't stop watching it. Let's finish strong. Are you describing how you felt or the thing itself? The correct answer is A, interesting. The movie was engaging and caught your attention. Interested would describe how you felt about the movie, if you were curious or intrigued by it. You've done an awesome job today. I hope you feel more confident about using these confusing adjectives correctly. Don't forget to hit like if you found this video helpful and subscribe for more easy-to-understand English lessons. Which adjective pair always confuses you? Drop it in the comments, and I might feature it in part 2. But wait, before you go, I've got something else for you. If you want to keep building your vocabulary, check out my other videos where we dive into more fun and tricky words like common phrasal verbs or even idioms that native speakers use every day. Trust me, they're just as fun and even more useful. Click the video on screen now, and I'll see you there. Bye.